I wouldn't say I figured it out, but I'm happy with what I've got.
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much.
Right.
He said it's more of a journey and there's no end destination of finding purpose. It's just being happy along the way, I guess.
Yeah, here, man. Far out.
I see depression as like your body's telling you that the character you are right now isn't working and you need to be someone else and turn into someone else and change the character and where like the situation it's in because that obviously is not working because I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
And your body's physically and mentally and everything telling you that this isn't working. I'm so depressed. It's just depression's just a label as well. It doesn't have to be seen as like this thing that like it's bad to have depressed. Everyone goes through depressive stages. Dave not coming back. That's all it's called.
Chris Pratt, who's no longer fat. You are listening to Relatables,
Season 1.
episode 11.
Let's go. I always get scared because I don't want to do the number that I'm going to get it wrong in the episode.
We do. We're like, what was the episode? What was the episode? So if we're very cheery right now, it's just because we listened to a very cool song.
Ooh, it is
that
cool.
Ottie introduced to me, so we're in a fucking good mood.
Should we tell them about the song quickly?
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
Daisy Jones and the Six is an Amazon Originals fucking series.
Yeah.
And I went into it not knowing how amazing it is. I got whipped on it.
Ottie
It's
was
so good.
recommending it, but you thought it was a true story, didn't you?
I thought it was a true story.
But it's not.
It's
I
not.
was told it's not.
I tried looking it up. It's a bit. I think they're a really old band. They were an actual band actually.
Okay.
Because I looked, there was photos and someone like recreated them.
Yeah.
And then they made all these soundtracks with heaps good storylines between Daisy and Billy. I think the main. I could be wrong who the main guy is.
Yep.
And the music's actually heaps good.
Yeah, well, you told me after the fact.
Yeah, I wanted to see your
listened to the
reaction.
song and I was like, shit, yeah. Put me in a heaps good mood.
But yeah, so if you want something to watch, go on Daisy Jones and the Six on Amazon.
So you highly recommend. I'll need to watch it.
Heaps good. And a little bit, no, I would say it's a little bit girlish. But
Okay.
like,
I
loved it. I love this.
It's a good
no, it's
change.
a bit soppy.
It was a good change from The Last of Us.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I loved it. I love a little soppy, like, fucking
Sick.
love story in the end.
And is it all out? Can you binge it?
Yeah, you can binge
Okay.
it. And they're
We
like
love a
hour
binge.
episodes.
We love a
Fucking
binge.
love it.
Isn't it funny how you'll think of a 3-hour movie like, oh crap, that's kind of long, but then you'll watch 7 hours straight of a show, and then like Netflix is like, are you still alive?
Are you still breathing?
Are you all
Fuck,
good?
that's a bit of an insult.
Are you depressed?
I've never thought of that before,
They're saying something there. It's like, I mean, they're doing that's what they want, is they want us to watch their shit.
Yeah, legit.
But I have an update from last week about the guy that was stealing food.
The cereal food stealer.
Cereal food stealer. Okay, so day after we recorded, that night, he came back to pick up.
He was listening.
He was. He came back to pick up a meal from Menulog, and I went inside and I'm not a big fan of confrontation. I just didn't know how to handle it, so I went in and got my boss and was like, the guy that is stealing food's outside.
Oh, you're not very good with confrontation.
I know, but I just didn't want to like attack him because he would have come back at me.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, I'll let him handle this. Like, no. He's above me. This is his job. And so he goes, okay, cool. He's like, really? Okay, cool. And then my boss is chill as.
Did you tell him our plan?
No.
Oh,
I didn't tell him our plan, unfortunately. But you know him. You know he's super chill. But okay, so he goes out. I'm inside doing something else, kind of maybe taking over in the bar or whatever. And then he comes back in and he just like nods at me and he came in and he was like, okay, you can go give him his food. And he was all happy. Yeah. And I was like, what happened? He goes, I just rinsed him. I was like, okay. Apparently he just went straight up to him and was like, give me my money.
Is that what he
That's
said?
what he did. That's exactly what he did. And the guy's like, oh, what? And he goes, yeah, I went up to him and said, I was like, give me my money. You stole food. We had to pay for it. You got to pay us back. And the guy obviously denied it.
Yeah.
And so they spoke for a minute or two or whatever. And so he come back in and it's just, I don't know. And then I went out to give him the meal he was picking up.
You're a good cop.
I was, and then
sorry about this guy.
As soon as I go out, he goes, the guy's looking, he's like, oi, bro.
Is that what he said?
He goes, oi, bro, don't believe everything you hear.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, if you have something to say it. I swear to God. And I was like, oh shit. And he goes, I have no reason to steal from you. Why would I steal? And I was like, you tell me.
Yeah.
This is like how the conversation, I was like, I don't know, man, you tell me. And so I was like, bring the meal over. And he goes, I have no reason to steal from you. People try to get their money back.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, no, that's not how it works. Like they ordered takeaway to not leave their house. Why would they want to come back to pick something up?
Yeah.
So you're getting all mad. And then he's like trying to prove his point by showing me his his deliveries.
Yeah.
Show me how much money he makes. He goes, look, I have no reason to steal.
Yeah.
And I didn't say it, but I just was nodding my head. I just kind of wanted him to fuck off. But
was it good money?
I don't know. He was kind of proving his point.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, he's proving my point. Sorry.
Yeah.
And just the effort he went through to try and prove that he didn't need to do it made me think, you obviously did it.
Yeah.
You
He
know?
went over and above.
So I was like, come on, man. And then now he's been in sins and we just don't trade any words, you know?
Yeah, okay.
So, but we haven't had callbacks.
You haven't any called back.
I was like,
he's
dude,
scared to do
I was
wrong.
like, man, it can't be coincidence, man. Like,
He's scared to eat your food.
yeah, he's scared to eat our food.
Yeah.
Like,
he's on to the next.
I felt like saying, yeah, he's on to the next. I felt like saying, like, just call us up 15 minutes before you come to pick up that meal, order something, we'll make it, and you just have to pay for it. Like, I didn't say it, but
Like
I
a
wanted
normal
to.
human being.
Like any normal guy. So,
Well,
look,
why he was waiting that time?
yeah, like, and the only thing I can think of is like, okay, let's say he didn't steal it, and just both days in a row, for some reason, when he dropped the food off, someone saw him drop it off and just went and took it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just think that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, at least he's not going to steal anymore. You really manned up and told him.
Man, I hope he doesn't. It was kind of like, I was like, oh, this is adrenaline rush. Like,
Yeah.
shit.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but how has your week been?
No, it's silly business, Jake. All right.
None of the silly-
I have. You asked your dad last week the question of life.
Oh, yeah. Like, have you figured it out?
Have you figured out life's purpose?
Yeah.
And I thought I'm going to go ask my dad.
Let's go. How'd you go?
And if anyone knows my dad, which probably most people listening don't, he's just a very chilled man, and he really took the question on board.
This is the only way. I don't know if I'm using this word correctly, but the only way I can describe your dad is nonchalant.
Yeah.
That's the word. So if you don't know what that means, look it up. That's Ottie's dad.
So we were out at a job working, and we're just putting in like 100, 150 plants. So we're just slowly
so it's
getting
kind of like, yeah.
like you don't have to concentrate. You can talk shit the whole time. Anyway, we're talking shit, and then I just hit him with, "Do you reckon you've figured out life, Dad?
Ooh.
Like, do you ever you found your purpose?" And he goes, he pondered on it for a second, and he goes, "It's a really good question." And I was just like, I'm like, and I said, "No rush, mate. I'm not going anywhere." He's paying me to be there.
Yep.
And he, when you asked your dad, did he give you an answer straight away?
He was like, so when I asked him, we had family over. So he kind of felt a bit of pressure. So he stood there for a second, and then maybe a minute, I reckon he gave me a minute, and he goes, and then he was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a minute.
Yeah, okay. So initially, Dad took a little bit to answer, but he said no at the start. He said he hasn't figured out life at the start. And on paper, he probably looks pretty good. Family, loving family and everything.
He looks great on paper.
Yeah. Good job, blah, blah, blah. And then he started thinking about it a bit more, and he took me on this journey of his life.
That's sick. I wish my dad did this.
Because I told him it was for the podcast, and it's like we often have a lot of conversations around not knowing what you want to do in life and like not having a purpose. Mm-hmm. And he's told me about when he was like 23, he was working at like some chicken farm, like doing the shit jobs.
Was he working at a chicken farm?
Like a frozen chicken farm. He took me on this
journey. So they were all dead already?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a butcher?
Yeah.
Shit.
He was like packing them or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he took me on this journey of like figuring out his life. And he basically came to the conclusion that you're never going to have a purpose, but he's happy with where his journey became, like where the end journey is.
Okay.
And in the end, like the best thing he said he found purpose in is nature, and he feels connected to nature. That's why he works as a horticulturist and outside. Yeah. And he said, at the end of it, he said, I don't know if I found a purpose, but he said, I am happy at the end of the day.
Shit.
So I don't know if that answers the question, but I think that's more of how we're feeling.
That is a cool answer.
And he also said like things about like family, how good like he's ended up with a good family,
Yep.
and like money hasn't been a massive issue in his life.
No, yeah.
But he had the pressures from his parents to go do a thing, and he was a food technologist to start, and he fucking hated it.
So also they were like kind of the type of parents that said you need to go and you need to do this.
And then he said to his parents like, "Oh, I'm gonna go." He went traveling for 6 months around Australia.
Yep.
And then he came back and said, "I'm going to go back and do horticulture." And his parents were like, "No, don't do that. You've just done your food technology degree. Like, don't do that."
Fuck.
And he basically said, "Well, I'm going to do what makes me happy."
Yeah.
And just copped another 3-4 years of no money. And then in the end, he was good. And he likes being connected with nature. So he found his purpose in the end.
Yeah.
Like from just being happy and doing things that he actually enjoyed and not listening to anybody else on the outside, which I thought was like kind of representative of how we're feeling.
True. Yeah, that is true. Okay, that's cool. So he's like, look, I wouldn't say I figured it out, but I'm happy with what I've got.
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much.
Right. And he is, so my dad's 50, your dad's 58?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Know, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a bit older.
He's an older.
Yeah.
He took his time. My dad didn't.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool. He teaches horticulture now as well.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he now teaches the thing he loves.
And he said you just learn from doing like life experience, and then that's
Yeah.
how like you just. He said it's more of a journey, and there's no end destination of finding purpose. It's just being happy along the way, I guess.
Yeah, man. Far out.
And it was actually made work go really
We should
quickly.
start asking more older people.
Yeah,
I
people.
have someone else I want to ask, and it's a couple of, like, you know them. I mean, they probably don't care if I know them, but I'll save it until I ask them.
Yeah.
But they're away, so it's some friends I work with. Their parents are away, and they were showing me they're like been going around Australia a fair bit in just a small camper van, with their ute or whatever, and they're just like sending photos of their day, like, or they just like play chess. I don't know, play Scrabble or whatever. I don't know what are they. They just like play board games, go for walks, like go fishing and stuff, and they just look so happy not doing anything but that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I would love to ask them if they figured it out. Like, I don't know.
I'm thinking it's just like you figure out what makes Ottie happy, what makes Jake happy, and like if it's ball game, ours might be fucking gone surfing, then lifting some weights when we're 50. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be that complicated.
Nah.
That's what I've been thinking as well.
That's
it's like,
what
man, I don't, whenever I stress, it's like, I just don't need to get so deep about it.
Yeah, well, I think we are overcomplicating it.
You know? It isn't that deep of a question because it's like, life is life. Yeah. But, so that's cool. Cool answer from your dad. Couple more things just quickly on the intro, I guess you could say, is, so I was talking about older people. This one is in particular a lot older.
Yeah.
I was at the shops the other day, and a zebra crossing.
Yeah.
You're supposed to let people cross.
Yeah.
And I was like, stood there. I saw a car coming, and I got there before him, but I still waited because I don't know, some people.
You're a good bloke.
I'm a good bloke.
Yeah.
Because you just wait for him to stop.
Yep.
And this older fellow with his missus was in the car, and he was looking straight ahead, and like it's like maybe he had zero peripherals, and he was just looking straight ahead, not doing anything, and he just kept going. And he just like drove right across the zebra crossing. And then there was another car in front of him that stopped, and he had to stop on the zebra crossing. And I was initially kind of like, wow, what a dick, and brush it off. And then I looked at him, and he still just had no idea. He didn't look at me, and I just like kind of laughed to myself, and I was like, some people are too old to drive, eh? He had he had no idea. He was older.
Yeah.
And he had zero idea. It was funny.
There's some horrible drivers out there in the world. I feel like we get a bit of road rage out on our podcast recently. Fucking hell. I got asked the other day to go do that eye test. Have you been asked to do that?
I've walked past and been asked, but I said no.
No, like for your license. My license got cancelled if I don't do an eyesight test at the Service New South Wales.
No idea they did that.
She walked in there, and I don't know, it must be random. And she put this thing on the screen. Literally the most easy thing to read I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. It was like the thing behind us.
Well, think about the signs that are out on the road. They're huge.
And I was just like, I went in there and I said it in like 10 seconds. And she goes, all right, thanks. I was like, that was the biggest waste of my fucking time.
What? It must be random.
There's no indication that I can't see. And I was just like, this was waste. I had to go to Erin and do that. And I did it like 2 days before the due date.
Oh, that's so annoying.
But I'm like, maybe that's understandable for if it randomly picks some 9-year-old man.
Yeah, definitely.
Who needs it.
Definitely.
So it makes me feel a bit better. Someone like that zebra man maybe needs it.
Yeah, right. That's funny. I hate it when I went to Specsavers once to get my eyes tested, and then they prescribed me glasses, and I had to pay for them. They're expensive, and then I put them on, and they didn't do anything. I was like, so my eyes are fine. And people are like, oh, well, glasses. I was like, well, they told me I have to wear them, so I'm wearing them.
They just want money.
Completely, they just want money.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
End of the day, it's just business.
Oh, it is. It's business.
It's business.
You know?
Exactly.
It just was like, fucking Specsavers, you suck. So just be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll need them in the future. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. I'm hoping you go bald and blind when you get older, eh?
Talking about baldness, I saw on one of our Instagram posts, I don't know if you saw it, someone commented, I just want to say the shaved head, yes.
Really?
And I forgot to tell you to right now.
I wish I saw it.
Oh, man. And so it must suit you, man. They liked it. They liked it. They got that. You got the Channing Tatum cut.
Yeah, I went out on the weekend and I got told I looked like a hench Ziggy Alberts. Ooh. So I was like, I'll take that.
That's like a bulk Ziggy Alberts. Is that what they mean?
Yeah, that's what. And I was like, I'll take it.
Shit, man.
It was from a man, but like, we'll take that.
Fuck yeah. Where'd you go? Oh yeah, that's right. I know where you went.
I was there. You were working.
Oh man, rightio.
You want to jump into it?
Yeah, let's get into it. Ottie, I got a scenario for you.
Scenario.
Bit of a scenario that it's a situation that I'm in.
Okay. I love these.
So I got Tinder.
You got Tinder.
Tinder. I was at work. One of the guys was, so I saw it on his phone. He was going to show me something. And I was like, oh, does Tinder work? And he starts talking about it. And he's like, giving me the ups and downs. Like, he's going in depth.
Yeah.
And so he fully convinced me to get it. But what he was convincing me was to pay for Tinder Gold. Yeah. Which I haven't done. I was like, fuck.
Are you lying to me, Jake?
I actually haven't. I'll show you after. I actually haven't. But so he was convincing me that he was like, if you pay for it, it actually is good. And I was like, fuck, rightio. So he convinced me to get it. And I got it. And
you don't have to justify being lonely. Like, yeah, this guy got me to do it. He got me to get it, you know.
I do have to. I mean, I wouldn't have got it without him. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of fun to go on there. And I just like put in my description, like you just put photos up, and then in my description I wrote, I'm 6 foot.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's gonna get swipes. That's definitely gonna get swipes. But okay, so I matched with a girl. Attractive.
Good start.
And okay, let's go. Long story short, I won't tell you how I got what I messaged. I've shown Ottie. He actually does say he has seen it. And then so today we planned to hang out, like go on a date.
Nervous,
all right? Nerve-wracking. But so yesterday she messaged me, and so like she was heaps keen, and like both heaps keen or whatever, seemed good. And then so yesterday she said, like, I'm so sorry, like, you're going to hate me, yada, yada, yada. I'm so sorry. I had a hair appointment on one day we both could only do tomorrow. And then she said, can we please reschedule? I'll plan it seeing as I'm the one who cancelled. And so initially I was looking at it and I was like, okay. And initially I was going to just like totally be like,
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it and I was like, okay, so she's said, like, I'll reschedule. Like, she said, because I'm the one doing this, she was like, I am really keen, like, yada, yada, yada. And so I went nice about it. And I was just like, oh, it's all good. Yep, we can reschedule. And so basically, she has put the effort in to reschedule. Yeah. It's been rescheduled. But I want to know basically what you think. So my initial situation, I was like, who cares about your hair?
Yeah,
like if you wanted to go, you'd go, and that's why I was going to be like, okay, don't even worry about it.
But girls,
I know, and that's when I thought girls they like love their hair.
Those hair appointments can take like 8 hours. I found out.
I know.
Yeah, like it's not just
that's what
we go to the barber for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, also I was like, it's just like a 30-minute thing. It's just your hair, but then I was like, nah, it's a girl.
Yeah, she could be getting like I don't know.
She's getting a trim. She's getting it colored. She's getting it. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, she's getting they put that thing on top of your head.
The foil in the hair. It's getting washed. It's getting blow dried.
It's probably getting a massage in there.
She's probably getting a facial.
To your situation, Tinder is predominantly known for. Anyway, I did this. Yeah. You talk a lot of game.
Yeah.
And then when it comes down to it, run away like a little bitch.
Yeah, okay.
And that is, I reckon that's the same for dudes that it is for girls.
Yeah.
So when you were telling me that story, I was thinking, this bitch is all fucking talk.
Yeah, all talk. That's what I was thinking.
This bitch, she's been flirting away, and then now when it come down to it, to hanging out, she's like, oh, I've got a hair appointment. But you chucked a spanner in the works with saying she's going to reschedule it. And has she told you the date, like what you're doing?
She's proper, like rescheduled it.
And it's good?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna say go with your heart, and I reckon she's doing the right thing.
Okay, cool. So what I was thinking was go with it.
Yeah.
I'll go with it. I'll be all like, cool. I did play it pretty cool at one point, and I texted her. So at this point, we've exchanged numbers, so it's not texting on Tinder anymore. It's texting on phone number.
Yeah.
Sorry, on text. And so what I said was, I was like trying to be all mysterious and cool. I was like, I'm just going to leave the ball in your court.
Yeah.
All right. And then then she goes, oh, I actually feel really bad. Okay, cool. She's like, when are you free next? Let's do this. So I was like, fuck it. Second chance, easy. But if she cancels again,
that's off.
Ghosted.
Yeah, ghost.
You ghosted.
Yeah. I reckon just be a good human and go in open and be like, maybe she just made a mistake about her hair.
Yeah.
Her hair, but one thing, her hair better look fucking good on that date.
True. And that's the first thing I'm going to be commenting on is your hair looks great. Yeah. Oh man, but that's
You could power move it.
Yeah.
Get there late and be like, sorry, I was at the barber.
Should I book a barber's appointment?
You could if
That
you wanted.
would be
You could power move it from the
funny.
start. Show who's wearing the pants, but that's too
Yeah.
mind gamey. Nah,
True,
I reckon.
nah. We don't want to be like toxic.
No, we don't want to be toxic.
We
Are you
don't
going to
wanna
keep us
be-
updated with how it goes? Do you reckon?
Yeah, sure. How about, so we're recording this week. I think by the next time,
2 weeks.
I
time.
may have, so next time we record, so this is, so you guys listen to this a week from now for the people listening.
Yeah.
A week from now is when I'll give them an update.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool. That's cool. What I was thinking was I could have gone all toxic masculinity on it. And it's like one, like, so I didn't want to seem like a pushover.
Yeah.
And I really didn't want to be like, nah, it's cool. Don't worry about it. I kind of wanted to be like, okay, all good. Yeah, we can reschedule.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to make her like,
It's weird the mind games you play.
you know, the mind games are
Especially-
and the mind games I was playing in my own head.
Have you called her? Like, talk
No.
to her in person? That's, yeah. See, it's so hard to gauge over text, though.
So I've been thinking,
Because, see, if I reckon if she called you and said, oh, sorry, I've done that, you would have been sweet. Like, if she called you instead of texting, she would have just been straight from the start, and your reaction would have been like, oh, that's all good. Next week, yeah, it's fine.
shit, okay, yeah.
It's just because it's so hard to gauge a conversation on text.
That's true. Maybe I don't know. It's kind of weird, like,
FaceTime. And
because I've never actually met her.
are you, like, flirting heaps, or is it just, we'll see how it goes on the date? Are you, like, texting
It was
heaps?
kind of like, we'll see how it goes on the date.
Yeah, I like
Like,
that better.
but I think it, like, yeah, because like we haven't been texting heaps because I just hate that.
Yeah, same.
And look, but I think it'll go well.
Yeah.
I think it'll go well.
Yeah.
And it's like flirtations on text. But sorry, back to what I was saying. I didn't want to be a pushover, so I was like, do I take the toxic masculinity route? And do you think there's like any benefit to that?
No.
No.
Because
Because like I'm not like that.
No.
I'm really not like that. But some guys are. Like, does treat them mean keep keen in that situation work, or do you need to meet them
I've
first?
heard like that before. Like, it's sort of like nice guy. Like, you just push over, you say, oh, it's fine. Like, and then they kind of get angry that you don't care.
Yeah,
This this one's probably too soon. But like, if you have a girlfriend and then like she like does something bad or like cancels a date twice, say, and you go, nah, it's sweet. I'm not fussed. Sometimes they care that you don't care.
Yeah, they want a reaction. They want to be like, "Damn, I was so keen."
Yeah. Like,
which
fuck.
I was pretty keen.
Yeah. You should have just been like,
I was like, "Damn, I really wanted to hang out with her. She's way
No,
out of my league."
you should have just sent like a crying emoji, left a couple hours, and then be like, oh, I guess it's all good.
That would have been toxic. That would have made her feel bad.
Yeah.
But like the fact I think that she's put effort into reschedule.
I think it's gonna be sweet. I've got faith. I've got
But
faith.
I'll keep you guys updated. If she cancels again, you guys will know she's getting ghosted.
Let's go. All right, Jake. I've I've got to preface this before we go into it. So you're in school. You're doing either like a creative writing or you've got to write a poem, and you're trying to like. There's all these words on the board like juxtaposition, and that's the only one I can remember. And all these silly words like the teachers are telling you to use in your stupid poems, and then you
Ones you have to fit in there.
yeah, like all these like themes and all this other silly business, and you go hand it in, and she says, "This is shit," and you and you go, "Well, fuck off," pretty much.
Yes.
And everything you try, you go back and forth with her, and she's telling you this isn't how it works, and you're like, "I wrote it. This is how it works." Like blah 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 blah.
You need explanations here, and it's like, no, there's no explanation. It's just a fucking curtain.
Yeah, and
Shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. And then end of the day, you come back 65%. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
But on the end of the day, like don't tell me like what my things mean and stuff. and then you deter me from doing any like creative journeys because you basically told me I'm shit at it from the start.
Yes.
And all my themes don't make sense and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I thought there's no teachers now, so I would write myself a poem / creative like little thing, and I'll go first. I reckon. I want you to come back with your own, and then because
Like next week.
yeah, next week and see how
Right.
you go. And basically, this is just me expressing myself without anyone who's an English teacher telling me that this is bad.
So is this an essay?
Right? No, it's not an essay. It's like a creative. It's sort of like a poem. It's just me creating how expressing how I feel, Jake. And I was hoping you don't say it's shit.
So okay.
So, but yeah, basically, it was just like you get deterred in school. Like you don't ever want to try again because you don't fit all the little categories of all the English things they got going on.
You're not reading it right now.
I'm gonna read this. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was part of it.
Oh no,
I was starting to listen.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm ready.
My handwriting's minging, but this is like the first thing I've written since school's finished. I'm pretty sure, like like long.
I haven't written a thing.
Okay, bear with me. I'm gonna try and do it. Let's go. I'm trying to get in the mind of like a poet. Like,
Okay, I'm trying. I won't smile or anything.
yeah, okay. Okay. The state of the world means that we're on our own. We care more about the money in our bank account than the things going on in our body. I catch myself feeling numb to the world, trying to find purpose in meaningless. Fuck, I'm gonna go again.
Do you want me to read it?
No, you won't be able to read it. I hate fucking reading. All right.
You're shaking?
Yeah, I know. I am.
Leave this in.
Oh.
Let people know how human you are.
Okay. The state of the world means that we're on our own. We care more about the money in our bank account than the things going on in our body. I catch myself feeling numb to the world, trying to find purpose in meaningfulest tasks. I may not have the answers, but here's what I might have figured out. Life's a journey, no two the same. Comparisons shouldn't exist, and depression is your body telling you that something has to change. Happiness is a choice, whether you like it or not. Life has no purpose. All that matters is that you find your right journey and listen to your heart. Change is never too late, and the world should be run on people's values, not the silly little number in your bank account.
Oi, yeah.
Let's go.
That was good, man.
The bird in the background like that too.
Yeah, shit. Sorry about the bird, but that was good.
You reckon?
I actually like it.
You don't reckon, like, if you were an English teacher, what would you say?
I actually, I don't know. I mean, like, if you were to have come to me, so do I need to do a similar topic?
No. I just want you to express yourself in a bit of writing, and just like in a way that you would now today have two wives, Jake.
Fuck. Okay. No, dude. I agree with everything you said in it.
All of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with all of it. I've been thinking recently, actually. So, the whole money, like, I've been just, I don't know. If I'm driving and thinking about it, and like, money is, it's been wigging me out that it is just a bunch of numbers in an app.
Yeah. It's stupid. It's
just numbers in an app.
What's same with cash? Someone agreed upon that this piece of paper is worth this amount of money and that this is worth my amount of time.
Yeah. And I've been getting pretty confused by it lately in the sense that, like, if every single person in the world right now went to their bank and asked for all of their money out of their bank account in cash, which you have the right to do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there isn't enough cash in the world for that.
Really?
Nah, there isn't.
Yeah, right.
There isn't. It's all like decentralized and shit. And yeah, so it's been really wigging me out lately, the whole
Same.
like what
evidently.
What the fuck is money, and why do you need a lot of it to have a, I don't know,
Be
to
happy.
have a lot.
Yeah.
But I definitely agree with the happiness is a choice thing. I like whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Like, and also depression, how it's your body telling you there's something wrong.
Need to change.
I just hate how there's so many things of I hate how doctors are so quick to prescribe. And it's, you know.
Well, I saw something that was just like, I know everyone's got their own situation they need. I don't agree with handing someone a pill and saying that's you good. I know someone needs it in there's certain situations, don't get me wrong. But I see depression as like your body's telling you that the character you are right now isn't working and you need to be someone else and turn into someone else and change the character and where like the situation it's in because that obviously is not working because I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
And your body's physically and mentally and everything telling you that this isn't working. I'm so depressed. It's just depression's just a label as well. It doesn't have to be seen as like this thing that like it's bad to have depressed. Everyone goes through depressive stages. And once you get depression, it's just a label. And you just got to get out somehow of being depressed with changing your life, changing things. We talk about fitness, going to sunlight, doing little steps like this to get out and not necessarily, there's a time and a place for a pill, but not necessarily turning to science and getting like a prescribed pill that numbs it. It doesn't actually solve it.
Yeah. So my take on it is I really don't like to be, I don't want to sound judgy because I don't think I've never had depression. I don't know. I think that if I have had it before in my life, or if I have it, I feel like I would have maybe seen someone by now. So that's why I think I don't have it, and I'm happy. Like I choose to be. I'm happy to admit that I'm happy. But so what was this example? Basically, like okay, a kid goes like I don't know if a kid goes to a doctor, and there's scenarios that happen at school, happen in life. You know, they can get out in words. They can tell them how they feel, And then the doctor's like, okay, I believe you have mild depression, and I'm going to give you a mild dose of an antidepressant, just to kind of fix the chemical imbalances. It's like, I'm pretty sure that's what they do.
Yeah.
But I'm yet to find out, but I'd be interested to know, like, if anyone listening has struggled with it and then gone to a doctor and, basically the doctor's like asking how you're feeling, you tell them how you're feeling, and then they prescribe it to you. What sort of questions does the doctor ask is what I'd be really intrigued by. It's stuff like, what do you do in your spare time? What time do you go to bed? What time do you wake up? What's your diet like?
Yeah, how they diagnose it.
How many, what's your life with your parents like? Do you work out? Do you, like, all these little questions? Because there is a lot of things you can do naturally to make yourself feel better. And like you said, there's definitely people that have proper imbalances in the brain. But I'd be so intrigued if someone has gone through it, been prescribed antidepressants, and I don't know, still on them. If they say, you guys are wrong, they work, we need it, I'd be like, oh, fair enough. Well, I've never experienced it. But I would love to know what the doctor asked them. That would be just the most interesting thing.
I think it's a therapist a lot of the time as well.
Yeah, I would love to know what they ask them.
And I hope that they give a crack of talking it out to start, like getting down to the problems of why it's arise and see, can we change that with fitness, or can we change that with working out your relationship with your parents?
Yeah.
And I hope it's a good 6-month period or something before they hand you a silly little pill and say, take that once a day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, it's just a tough thing that, especially we're fighting with young people. I see a lot of, I want to say a lot of young girls get it a lot more that I've seen. I definitely have, it's maybe because they're more open to talk about their feelings and they get diagnosed. But I'm hoping that I want more conversations around it, because it's sort of seen as if someone's on antidepressants, it's like, oh, there's something wrong with them. When then it's like, it's more should be talked about, and it should be an open space where people can talk about their feelings and why I'm sad, and hopefully that makes it easier to deal with the problems. Because I've seen that people I've cared about, it takes away their flair, their personality,
some people don't like the medication because they feel numb. I think there's cases of that. Some people feel good on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's completely down to the individual. But
I don't want to act like I know heaps.
No. I want to start a conversation around it. And I guess in the way my poem, whatever you want to call it, was like an expression of how my life. We also talk about figuring out life, like we said at the start. And there's a bit about like me thinking about my dad saying there's no purpose, and that's sort of like where my thinking process is with everything that I'm trying to figure out. And there's some answers that I've personally sort of figured out that work for me, but it's all subjective in the end.
Fuck, man.
But yeah,
it's all far out.
And the one thing I liked at the end, it was change is never too late. Everyone thinks you're stuck in your situation. Like, I've done it. It's like, my job sucks, blah, blah, blah. I'm fat. I don't like how I look. It's never too late. What's that saying where it says, like, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago and today?
Yeah.
Like, do that.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a very good saying. I like that. I'm reading this book called, I don't remember what title. It's something about being 20. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I initially was a bit off it. Like, didn't think I wanted to read it before I started reading it. I was like, oh, this is going to be self-helpy. Someone recommended it, but it's not. It's actually pretty cool. And there's this psychoanalyst, I think she is. Is she a psychoanalyst? No, I think she might just be a therapist.
Yeah.
Whatever. But she very, very specializes in 20 to 30, mid-20s or the 20s. And she had one guy come in, and he said that he's 25, and he said he felt like he was in the middle of the ocean and he could go any direction he wanted to, but like without direction, if that makes sense. So it's like, I'm in the middle of the ocean, cannot see any land.
Yeah.
There's nothing. This is how he feels about being in his 20s or where he's at in his life.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could go any direction, but what if I go one direction and it's the wrong direction and I've spent heaps of energy going that direction?
That's a good way to look at it.
I've just wasted so much energy.
Yeah.
And basically, so she's like kind of explaining in the chapter, she explains the conversations they had. But then at the end of the chapter, she goes, more on such and such later. So I'm kind of keen to get to the chapter that he's in again, because I was like, this chapter was so interesting.
And this
I was
is
like,
real?
Yeah.
That's
I was
cool.
like into it. She goes, she was like, the way that he described how he was feeling was just the weirdest thing. And it makes you think like, I don't know, you and I talk about trying heaps of different things, which I do think is good. She talks about going like, so you and I have lived for 22 and 23 years. So basically it's like we actually do have a fair bit of life experience in the sense of like we know what we like.
Yeah.
We know what we're good at. We know this, we know that. Like we do know things. So good conversations to have if you're feeling super lost are like, you know, I don't know, finding out what you like or whatever. But then she tries to say in this book, I don't know if she'll get more into it, but like actually committing to something young isn't a bad thing.
Yeah. Okay.
She goes, a lot of people that drift trying to find what they want to do end up then being behind in the future because they've saved it for their 30s. Whereas they, like, I don't know. I semi-disagreed with it for a while. She's kind of swaying me, but I wanted to go
behind
in more depth.
Behind in what aspect?
So it's like...
Money.
Yeah, so basically, because everyone will, like you and I will compare ourselves to other people in terms of who we think has more experience, say that. And so it's like if you and I were to kind of float around and wait till we were 30 and we still haven't figured out fully what we want to do, she's saying like, you'll compare yourself to the people that when they were 20 started their job or did their uni and then went into that job and they've spent the first like from 23 to 37 years in that job working their way up. It's like we'd be comparing ourselves to them thinking they're in a better position. It's like, oh man, maybe I should have done that.
Yeah.
She said that a lot of the kids she gets in say that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh shit, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I don't like that.
Nah.
Because I said it in him. I said what I say. Comparison shouldn't exist.
Yeah, no, but it does exist.
It does exist.
So it shouldn't, but it does.
I feel like I'm trying to change my mindset into think like there's people who finished a uni degree, who finished their apprenticeship, they're working. I don't know if they're happy or not. I'm trying to get in the mindset where I'm not comparing myself to fucking Jimmy Boy over there who's a carpenter who's got a cool Land Cruiser, or like little Jimmy Boy, or like Maya over there who's a OT and she's got her shit together. They're on different journeys, and my one right now, although I don't have this cool piece of paper or this cool car or anything behind me, like I don't know what their life's like, so I'm not going to compare because I don't sit down in the end of the day in their bed and have their thoughts. Yeah, because there's no way of doing it.
I think the difference between you and the people this girl that sees in her practice is like they don't think like that. Yeah, exactly. Whereas you are like, I know I can't compare myself. We're on our different journeys. But I just find the book kind of interesting.
It does sound pretty. That water thing's cool. That's a good way to explain how I think we're feeling in a little way.
Yeah, it's like I was just like, that is a great way. You know, middle of the ocean, and what do I do? Yeah, exactly. It's kind of cool. But yeah.
But going back to my poem.
Oh yeah.
Out of 10, rate it.
Oh shit. 8.8.
8.8.
I liked it.
I'll take it. Okay, you got to come back next week, and there's no there's no limits like an English teacher with you. You can be 2 words if you want. Sweet. It can be a million pages. Okay, cool. There's no rule book. There's no rule book for this, Jake. It doesn't have to be a poem. Doesn't have to be a story. It can be whatever Jake wants to do.
I'm gonna get into it.
Just some writing on some paper.
Let's go.
Let's come back with that. Okay, Jake. We haven't done this in a little bit. Synopsis time.
Ooh, no, we haven't.
And this is a documentary.
Actually, no, we were doing last of our synopsises.
Oh, I mean,
okay. Movie synopsis time.
It's a documentary.
Okay, cool.
It's a documentary, right?
Right.
And this is on YouTube. So for anyone listening who thinks, I can never watch this, it's on binge. It's on YouTube and it's free.
Let's go. All you need is Wi-Fi.
And it's a little bit. It's called Dave Not Coming Back. That's all it's called.
It's called Dave Not Coming, like the name Dave?
Yeah, okay. Dave Not Coming Back. And it starts out as a documentary of this guy named Dave. And he's a South African diver. And it's in 2004, I think it is. And he's got the world record for the longest. So it starts out as a documentary of tracking Dave breaking the world record for the deepest dive in fresh water, which is in like a cave. Yeah. And it's something like 230 meters, I think.
Wait, you mean he jumps from that height?
No,
Oh no, he
diving
holds
in
his
water.
breath.
Well, no, it's oxygen.
Oh,
but the pressure down there is fucks up.
Oh, okay. So he went 200. That's a deep.
Anyway, so initially it starts out they want to track Dave beating this record, but it takes a bit of a turn for the worse. Anyway, he's already got the world record, and he goes down. There's this sus as fuck cave in South Africa, and it's looks like a tadpole pond. And you squeeze through it, and then it just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper. And when he broke the world record, he found a body down there. And it was someone else who tried to break the world record, because this must be known for like the deepest cave in wherever in the world. He's got
scuba gear on.
Everything. And he found this body down there, and he came back up, and that's when he broke the world record. And wanted to bring this diver back for like diving royalty, I don't know. And he met the parents and said, I'm bringing your son home because he died down there trying to break the world record.
Right.
So,
dude, I feel like I know. So keep going.
So this whole documentary's changed to Dave and all these like 12 scuba divers making this plan to bring back this dead diver who's down in the very bottom of this cave, and it's pitch black, and it compresses your lungs when you go down there, so you got to decompress on the way up. So it takes like 20 minutes to get down there, but it takes like something like 8 to 12 hours to get back up because you got to decompress your lungs. So they have a system where Dave's the best diver, and he goes down to the very bottom, which is like 250 wherever the body is, goes finds it. And then he comes up to 150 meters, decompresses, hands the body over to the next best diver, who's Dave's best friend. He looks like Dave's twin, but he's not.
Okay.
So at 150 meters, he goes back up to 100 or it's like 75, meets another 2 divers. They exchange body, he decompresses, keeps going at 50 meters, changes body, decompresses, and then goes back to the top.
Fuck, okay.
And it's like a 12-hour process, and then they both all start decompressing at the levels.
And so let's say Dave at the bottom at 250 going to 150.
Yeah.
Is that a very slow?
Yeah, just slow.
He's going up slow.
He's got to go
how do
real
you
slow.
do it?
The documentary's done. It's like by if you or me record a documentary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like because it was initially just to track saving this guy's body.
Yeah.
But it's turned into I'm not trying to explain it without ruining it until the very end.
All right.
So Dave, they do all the process of how they're going to do it. And it's really good timing. And there's something in like the person who plans all the scuba diving shit's called something, and she's really good, and she's on the ball with everything, timing and all that, and all the gear and how long it's going to take, and all these heaps, 12 best divers from around the world come, doctors, blah, blah, blah. And they're hiking all this stuff down South Africa, this cave, and it's really interesting. You see the beauty landscape of South Africa,
Okay.
and it's heaps good. Anyway, like so, day dot when it's coming, they all go to their Dave goes first, and they all follow him, and they can't communicate under there. Okay. All they can communicate is when they either see light, and they got this little notepad they can write on because you can't talk, and it's in 2004 as well, so there's no like waterproof radios or whatever.
Yeah.
And so Dave's got to go all the way to the bottom, and his best mate's waiting for him at 150 meters.
Yeah.
And it starts off shit. Dave's best mate's thing that tells him how far down he goes cracks under pressure, and so he goes way too far. And you can see Dave like the whole time, and he starts to realize he's been there for too long, and he goes too far down. So his lungs are starting to compress. Like at 200 meters, barely any diver in the world can do that. So he starts realizing he goes back to 150, and he's got to wait for Dave. And he's just sitting there waiting, and Dave's got to go down and find the body and bring it back.
Yeah.
And basically, Dave never comes back. So Dave
he dies?
Yeah, Dave dies down there. And
Fuck.
But
I was kind of into that while you were telling that shit.
no one knows that Dave's dead because they can't communicate. So they're all waiting at their levels.
Oh, so when do they decide to come up?
So they eventually make a call saying, Dave said at the start, the most important thing is you get yourself up because an alive body is more important than a dead body. And he was prepared to die going down there because it was really hard diving for this other person. I also went into this not knowing what this was fucking about.
Why'd you watch it?
It came up on I was watching top 100 movies you should watch, and I Googled it, and I just found this one. It's a YouTube documentary.
Damn.
And it's intense, but it's like made from like you or me made it. So it's heaps like, you feel like you're in part of the crew.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, his best mate, can't remember his name unfortunately, but because he went too far down, his lungs are fucked. And he's got to decompress it like way really slower.
Long, yeah.
And he started vomiting and shit. And he's like, he realizes Dave's not coming back. So he's got to slowly make his way up to the next level and decompress. And then the flow-on effect keeps coming where they go up to each level and they say, Dave's not coming back. Next mission is to bring so-and-so back because he's really struggling.
Right, okay.
So the next mission is so one of them keeps coming down and seeing him, and he's got to take him 12 hours to get back. And it's just saving this guy's life. And he eventually comes out, and everyone made it except for Dave and the dead guy at the very bottom. And it's pretty confronting, like him decompressing, because everyone's coming down to see him, and they're all sweet. But he's just got to sit there and wait until his body and his lungs readjust. I'm sure a scuba diver could explain it way better. And
why you need to decompress.
Yeah, why you need to decompress. But it gets even worse because they put a cam on Dave's head when he went down to go save that body. And basically, they have Dave's last breath. When he was going to save that body, he's got tangled in his, because you've got to go a line because it's pitch black and you just have a torch and you follow a line all the way down from the last dive because they tracked it. And when he was doing it, his line kept getting stuck in all of his gear and shit, and his torch got in the way. And because he had to wear a helmet, it was fucking him up because he's not used to it with his camera on it. So it was,
No.
and at that compression down there in depth, like there's not much room for like any sort of like franticness. Your body just
Oh, you need to be chill.
yeah, you need to be chill. And he starts like he doesn't freak out, but like he realizes I'm not doing this and he can't get the body, so he turns around and he starts like going, but he can't. The body gets stuck in like his gear and shit. So basically, and then his best mate, they were going to air it on live TV, his last breath, but his mate talks over it because they thought it wasn't right to air that. And anyway, it's fucking scary. And you just hear him like going like, and then it's just, there's no more breaths. And he dies down there.
Wait a sec. You literally watch that and listen to it.
You can't see anything like of him dying because it's
you can
POV.
listen.
It's POV. And you listen to his last breath.
Wait, so he's just breathing like semi-normal and then it's done.
You can see like him trying to sort out that dead body and like.
So he gets down to the dead body.
Yeah, he finds it, but he gets stuck on all his gear and he can't get it back up. And
Do you see the dead body's face and shit, or is it just a skeleton?
No, it was in like a wetsuit and you can't see it. It's just black.
Surely down there it's cold enough to preserve it too.
Yeah, it is. It would be. They thought it would be a skeleton, but it still had like fatty tissue on it, so stuffed up their process a little bit. Anyway, though, it's a very sad story, and Dave is like the best diver in the world for whatever his niche of diving is.
So is Dave still down there?
No, so Dave, before he went down, said to the guy who was dead, said, "I'm going to bring your son home." And his son, the dad, the parents, and the mum were waiting at the top to bring his son home or whatever. Anyway, everything's really sad. It all passes by, and like 2 days, they say they want to leave. They don't want to leave the cave, like because they drop scuba tanks everywhere. Like we want to like take it back to nature and get all the gear and all the rubbish.
So they like had to drop scuba tanks, but then they wanted to go get them because that's like not good for them.
Yeah, and they're all attached to rope. So they're pulling the rope up, and Dave and this other guy are tangled in the rope because that's what caught him. And then they pull Dave and the other guy all the way to the top. So
and they didn't know that was going to happen?
No, because they didn't. They thought he was just. They didn't know how he died.
And that's why they have the footage of it.
Yeah, that's why they had the footage. So Dave and the other guy got tangled in the rope, and then they pull him all the way to the top, and so Dave stuck to his word and brought that guy's son home, which was like the theme of the story, which is kind of like, it's fucking sad. But
how long is it?
Hour 40.
Fucking hell!
And I went into it willy nilly, and I did not know, and it was so sad.
And then you got like into it,
and I got so into it, and I was just like, "This is," and it was on YouTube too, and I was like, "Fucking hell!" And then
some people, man, he's a hero.
He's a hero.
Even though he died,
but he there's a clip of him saying like, "I'm prepared to die to go down there." So that was like, made it like. Okay.
He doesn't even know the guy that died.
What? Yeah.
He doesn't even know the guy.
No.
He just sees the guy. So he breaks the record, sees that someone else tried to break the record, but he's dead.
Yeah.
Comes back up and goes. So obviously figured out who he was because there was a guy that was like, I'm going to attempt this. And then no one ever got him.
He has a plaque. He has a plaque on the wall because they know he died there trying.
And no one ever went to get him?
Like, no one else can do it except for Dave.
For Dave.
Because Dave's the best in the world.
So that guy and Dave, obviously.
Yeah.
That guy died.
Yeah.
And
Dave, I think Dave wanted to do like the scuba diving community. He lives in a old mine in South Africa that's filled with water, and his day to day is going through the mine in scuba gear and that's his training ground. It's fucking sick. There's some of the shit he does in there.
Who is this guy? He is a way better human than I am. Holy shit!
Yeah, so I was like a whole new. I got stuck on scuba diving YouTube videos.
Really?
After that. Yeah.
Do you want to go scuba diving?
Oh, not really. But it's the fact that it's literally just straight down and to the right. But just the compressions fucked him because of how it's a cave too.
So much.
And the hole was just like this. It looks like a frog pond, and then he dives down there, and it's just deeper.
Keeps going forever.
And then it's scary. And then his best mate, he lost his best mate. That's the guy who came second, and I thought that guy was going to die for a second because he kept vomiting.
But he didn't die.
No, he didn't die.
So he's all good.
And there's heaps of like, they retell it when from 10 years later, and it's like everyone is like confronting and they're all crying, and it's really sad.
Oh, they all come back together.
Yeah, and tell it, and it's just like really sad and just like eye opening, and it's just like another world that I didn't even know existed.
That's like, remember that thing 13 Lives we watched?
Yeah, that's mum. I told mum, and she said that.
That was confronting, but it was happy days.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, man.
But if you want like
I didn't expect you to say any of that.
I didn't expect to watch it. If you want like a thrilling just documentary, you sort of learn about diving a bit, and just like it's not because it's just meant to document them saving this guy, and then it turns into Dave not coming back, and it's just like you don't really know what's going on as well because it's not like the purpose of the film.
They were going to die.
Nah.
Oh, so is it kind of happy-go-lucky for a while?
At the school, it's him talking about saving the body.
Then it's like, oh, fuck.
Dave's just like, this is how we're going to do it, blah blah blah, and then Dave never comes back.
Wow, man. I don't think I'm going to watch it. I'm glad you told me about it.
I might write a review on this website I watched. Like
that was good.
Yeah, I was like,
go write a review on the YouTube.
Yeah,
man.
I know. And I was just like, far out.
Oh, That is.
But yeah, I thought I'd let you guys know about that one.
No, that is very the thing about listening to his last breath. That is.
Oh man.
So did it seem panicked?
No.
So like
no.
I would expect him to be like, oh fuck,
No,
but he wasn't.
No, it was just.
And so he was full breathing normal, and then just. But what caused him to die?
I think it was the compression. He stayed down there for too long. There's only a certain amount. He got tangled. He was trying to deal with his body, and he had to wrap a bag around it and carry it back and like swim with it, which is heaps hard
and
to
like
do.
pull up the
Yeah, and like
thing.
pull the rope back, but he couldn't get it around the body, and then all of his gear was getting stuck on his dead body because it was like sort of disintegrating, and it was like too much, and he spent too long down there, and he had to turn around, and once he turned around, all his gear got stuck on that dead body and all the shit down there, and then he couldn't get out, and then he stayed down there for too long. And I think they said like his lungs. I watched a video after of what happens when you.
Oh yeah. What happens?
Like everything just implodes. Like the
Oh,
pressure.
so it pretty much explodes.
Yeah, like inside you. It depends like what level you're at and like how it happens, but your body. You wouldn't feel it. You just boom,
and then you're just dead.
It's not like you're like drowning. It's just bang, you're dead.
Instant death.
Yeah. Like your body just goes, this is enough. It's something about this. They went to in the science of it. I really wasn't watching that in detail to retell it, but it was fucking confronting, man.
What if I was Dave and you were Dave's best mate
Waiting for
me? What would you do? Are you mourning as you're coming up because you just know he's not coming back or I'm not coming back?
They were saying throughout it that like they in the back of their mind they knew Dave was dead, but they also thought it's Dave. He might be able to come back. Like
they have hope.
Yeah, they had hope, but then they got to a stage where like Dave's not coming back. But yeah, it's pretty, and it's his best mate went for him. He's probably just like, I don't know. I think you've probably just gone. Went into like what's it called when you like it's life or death? Just he didn't
fight
know.
or flight.
Yeah, fight. I think he was just thinking about him. Yeah, and adrenaline.
You wouldn't you? You'd think about it's like I need to survive first.
Yeah,
basically,
exactly.
I'm also dying.
Yeah,
and now I need to survive. That's fucking crazy. It was all of like his finger malfunctioned. He got cracked under pressure. Dave got everything just went wrong, man.
Yeah,
that is so.
Yeah,
fuck me.
It was just like it's like that. You know how people go crawling in caves?
I hate that.
I don't know why people do it. And I also thought like not enough. It's a black cave. You can't see anything. I'm like, this isn't cool. Like,
you ever seen the videos of the guys that go under their blankets and they go, POV, I'm a cave diver, I'm a cave climber or whatever they're called. And it's like, yeah, man, I'm just wedged in between these two rocks. I can actually not really breathe, but I'm having the time of my life.
I've got to breathe all the way out to get through this little next bit.
How can that be fun?
I don't know.
That is the craziest thing to me.
I saw someone explain it. It's like seeing like things that only like one person has seen or no one's ever seen before. And there's cool things on like the rock formations. Because you ever been to like those cool crystal places in like wherever they are in Australia?
I went to the Jenolan Caves.
Yeah,
once.
them.
They're sick.
You see some shit like that.
Yeah, okay.
But cool stuff that no one's ever seen
and
before.
you're the first person to ever seen it.
Well, you don't know.
There's
but like,
some people that may never see it.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the like cool thing behind it. But also like, I don't care. I'll see photos. Yeah.
You take a photo for me, man. I'll know it exists.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That is so gnarly.
Yeah.
What about like, let's say if I was to die, okay, say I'm dead, but the way I died was I don't know, just out scuba diving, just off like where we live.
Yeah.
Because you can go out there to the boat.
Yeah.
But I got stuck in the boat and I'm dead.
Yeah,
okay. Dead, you've mourned, that. Cool. You say to the people, would you like, if they gave you the option, like, I want to go in there and get him, would you do it? Like, would you want to see my dead body? Would you be like, nah.
Ah, fuck. Ooh, I don't know,
I feel like I'd be.
If we're like scuba diving buddies, have you gone your own?
No, it's us now.
Oh, you just went on a random scuba diving.
Yeah. I text you, I'm going scuba diving, man. You want to come? You're like, nah, I'm good. Okay. It's like, I'm going alone then. I'm going out to the boat. You're the only person that knows where I am.
Oh, fuck. I probably wouldn't go down there,
Nah.
If you died doing it, and I was like, you're just going for a fucking scuba, I'd be like, I'll leave it to professionals.
Yeah.
I'll look at the open casket later. Yeah, nah.
Okay, crazy.
I'm not going down. But yeah, recommend that if you want something intense and just to like, fuck, I don't know. You don't know how to feel when you're watching it, man.
Wow. Nah.
Okay.
I appreciate you telling me. All right, all like the Reddit segments that we've done in the past, I have, gone and I've found them, but I stumbled across this one.
Ooh, so it's natural.
So, like, I mean, they're all like, I guess, natural. You know, I look at them and I think they're funny and yada, yada, yada. But this one I stumbled upon and I was actually laughing to myself and I was like, oh shit, better bring it up.
Okay.
So there was like a question, and it is, if every celebrity had a name like Bill Nye the Science Guy, what would they be called?
Ooh. Is it funny?
So some of the guys I don't know, but I just like put it two and two together in my head.
Yeah, okay.
But some of them you do know.
Okay, okay.
So I'll just kind of rattle them off. We've got Bob Ross, the painting boss. Sean Bean, who dies on screen.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
Neither do I.
Okay, Christopher Walken, though. Do you know who that is?
No.
Damn. Okay, have you seen the movie About Time?
Yeah.
And you know the dad?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how he kind of talks and he's like, very like, and then he just stops and he's like, you know how he talks?
Yeah.
I think
Emphasizes it
I'm
a
pretty
lot.
sure this is
I
Christopher
hope so,
Walken.
yeah.
I could be so wrong.
Yeah.
Christopher Walken pauses while talking.
Well, that one's pretty good.
Charlie Sheen, the cocaine machine.
That one's good. Charlie Sheen, the cocaine machine, yeah.
Sylvester Stallone, the slurred monotone.
Ooh, how did people come on with that? The slurred monotone.
Chris Pratt, who's no longer fat.
Oh, it's full new too.
I know.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer, the people Nama. Okay.
I don't like that one.
Dr. Phil, the psychobabble shill.
Okay. Yeah, we were stretching a bit there.
Stephen Hawking, hardly talking.
That one's good. That one's good.
Johnny Depp, Tim Burton's rep. I don't know who Tim Burton is.
Yeah, okay.
But, okay, Chris Brown, the domestic violence clown.
Yeah, okay.
Because he beat Rihanna.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's kind of hard to say. It's like a tongue twister. Slim Shady, son of the spaghetti lady.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You know his song?
Yeah.
Arms are heavy. No. Vomit on my sweater already. Mom spaghetti.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman, the huge jacked man.
Yep, good one. Rate that.
Keanu Reeves, the guy who grieves.
That's shit.
I don't know who Wayne Brady is.
Wayne Brady. Is it, and if Brady, is it Tom
Brady.
Brady's? There's like 12 brothers in there.
I'm assuming he's a domestic violence guy because it says Wayne Brady who'll choke a lady.
Ooh.
Guy Fieri, the burger canary.
I don't know who that is.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
White flamed head goes around, drives in, and he's like tasting food at different restaurants.
Yeah. Okay, yep.
Tom Cruise, the Scientology ruse.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm done.
All right. I got it.
You know what Scientology is, though?
No.
Oh, okay, don't worry about it.
Went over my head. We got to think of a name for each other, all right?
Oh, shit.
All right.
Okay, am I Otway or Ottie? I got options. All you have is Jake.
Jake Craig sucks. Jake Craig's this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, it's got to be Clark.
Yeah.
All right. We'll give it, actually, you can edit it. We'll just have to, let's think about this shit.
Okay.
Okay, I've got something that suits you.
Okay. I've got nothing.
Okay.
I've got absolutely nothing.
Oh, wait, does that...
Just spit it out.
Okay.
This is hard enough.
okay.
This is way harder than I thought.
Ottie Clark has personality spark.
Oh, it's, yeah.
I felt like it's... I was going to say Ottie Clark, who's not scared of the dark. What else did I have?
That one's good.
Ottie Clark likes going to the park. I'm just rhyming now.
Yeah. I don't have any. Craig doesn't
rhyme with shit.
Craig, I was thinking like, I don't know, trying to think of Drake or Jake Drake. I couldn't get anything.
Maybe try, if you can remember, think of one for next
Jake
week.
Craig. No, I've got nothing, eh? All
That's funny.
Oh, far out. That's hard enough. I thought they were going to roll off the tongue after listening to all them. Got nothing.
Those people are creative.
Yeah, legit. Fucking hell.
Oh, man. Rightio.
I believe that. All right. Good episode, Jake. We've been a bit everywhere, and I kind of liked it, in all honesty. In the fields, a bit funny. In the fields again. But just finish this on a quote just to top everything off.
Alrighty. I've got one. Okay. It's not enough to just meet the right person. You have to meet them at the right time.
Oh, I like that.
Let's go.
It's pretty. No, I reckon you've had that before, where it's like right person, wrong time. Do you believe in that or not?
I do believe in it
because you connect on a certain amount of levels, but then you're on different stages in your life.
Yeah, like I believe in it because I feel like, actually, in the book I'm reading, she says in Guy's particular, she says that's what she's found. I don't know if that is the case, but they're very career driven and like they want a career before they meet a girl.
Yeah,
and I don't know, man. Like,
Fuck,
I've definitely felt like I've had right person, wrong time. But, like, also I lean towards, if it's the right person, I'll want to make it work.
True.
And at the time, I clearly didn't want to make it work.
And the other person's got to feel the same way.
Yeah, so who knows? But the only time that I will believe it is like, let's just say I meet a girl, I date her, and it is the right person, wrong time, and I do genuinely feel that, and then we break up, and 5 years later we get back together, and it all works out married. Then I'll believe it.
Yeah. Well, like you said, say our career isn't set out, right?
Nah.
We're having a crack potty, doing this, that.
Yeah, I've got some ideas in the works.
Yeah, we're all ideas. And then
Yes.
you meet this girl who's like lovely, but she's just like a pilot, say? She's just one of the best.
Flying planes.
Yeah, she's like, you met her and she's doing pilot school.
Yeah.
And then she finishes and she's flying planes. And you've been dating for 2 years,
Okay.
okay? You're still, potty hasn't taken off yet, unfortunately. But, and you're still just bumbling around. She wants to fly planes around the world. And like,
I can go with her.
You can go with her if you want to.
Okay.
But that's her career. Like, are you
How much money does she make? Give me that.
$250.
$250 a year?
Is that average
That's a
pilot
fair
wage?
bit of money, yeah.
Is that good?
That's probably actually. You know what? I'd say it's not far off. Commercial pilot.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So she flies around the world and you can go with her and you got to drop everything. Or do you want to stay and do like you? Because it would work. Say it would work if your potty had already taken off and you can just record once a week, fly back and record once a week. But you can't do that because you got to do all this groundwork and do all the editing yourself. So you're different career paths and different times. So
we actually had someone ask us to edit an email today, but I'll talk about that after. Dude, I kind of want to be. Oh, I want the potty to work.
yeah, exactly.
I want to be the one that makes her not have to work. But I also
yeah.
just am also like,
Like
we could have sex on the plane and then I'm in the Mile High Club.
yeah. That's going through. I'm sure you could probably get that done without following her, maybe.
It's like either you stop the podcast because it's not going anywhere,
Yeah.
and it doesn't look like it's going anywhere, but I believe it will.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Come with me. I'm never home, but we can be together all the time and get married and do all this stuff. If you stop that, we'll live a good life. I make enough money for the both of us."
Yeah. But your mindset.
I don't think I'll be happy.
Yeah, your mindset's, I want to make my own life work.
I'll do it for a week.
Yeah.
Get in the Mile High Club. Done.
Yeah.
Potty it is. Potty it is.
Potty it is. We'll leave it at
I'll
that.
be back in time for the next episode.
Next week. All right. No, that was good. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Like, subscribe, reviews.
5 stars.
The reviews actually do a lot. We're going to...
Algorithm's taking us to the moon, and everyone's coming with us.
All our little complex characters. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you.